Yo. Uh, Hello. Oh, word? Like that? You can't hear me again, huh? Wait, you can hear me? Because I'm not getting any audio leveling. But hey, if y'all can hear me, that's what matters. Or that's all that matters. That's extremely concerning. All right, don't care. Well, let me know if you can't. You said it doesn't sound like it's coming through the mic. I think I know what happened. Does it sound louder now? Maybe it's because I have to put my big fat nose right next to it. So yeah, I did the webcam. All right. I don't know why, because I specifically set it to the Yeti too. So whatever. Listen, any pre-Mercury retrograde shenaniganery is really just a stopgap measure. And yeah, so I just turned this off. Can you still hear me, guys? Can you still hear me? Let me know and I will go in. All right, perfect. So yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mercury and Scorpio. I just kind of want to make sure we're clear. Nothing like this has ever happened before. Like this. I just kind of want to give you context. Normally when I plug the mic back in, the audio comes back, or it defaults to a different audio provider. So you witnessed some textbook interference, and the reason why this is important is, as someone very perceptively stated before this last live cut out, it's very important the words I was saying when I got cut out. And first of all, what had happened before my audio got cut out is that, I don't know if you saw, but I got 2 notifications saying that my internet connection was weak, which is bullshit because my computer is directly firewall connected to my modem. So I need y'all to understand that my frequency is real time getting jammed. There are forces that do not want you to listen to this message. So it's very important. Why? Because this is the definitive, like I was literally about to say, this transit is so important because it's the definitive transformation of your ability to process. And so I kind of just want to make sure we're clear why such interference is important. After some of you come into this insight, it's going to change the game on the way you co-create with the universe. A lot of you are intuitively receptive to telepathic adepts who, you know, couldn't hold a candle with you in person. So they have to, like the bitches they are, excuse my language, just for scientific purposes, it's important to know that they're bitches. Bitches is a noun. It's a term in order to indicate individuals who are lame or suck, okay? Not the other definition of a female dog. This is really just to indicate individuals who think they're cool, but never will be in their lives. So, you know, a lot of you are like let's remember humanity is collectively awakening. So there is a range of individuals who were born adept at telepathy. Telepathy is the most basic psychic ability. It's not a superpower. Telepathy is not a superpower. Empathy is not a superpower. All the clairs, like if we go through the zodiac signs, the clairvoyance, clairsentience, that's all Taurus, because Taurus is your five senses. The true nature of Taurus, add all the five senses, add a clair on that motherfucker. And then Aries is a aspect of clairvoyance, but Aries is really just spirit power, original spirit power. Everyone has it. Taurus is the clairs. Gemini is enlightenment, okay? And connecting to Libra is telepathy, cardinal air, directing thoughts. Mind reading is more Gemini. Cancer is empathy and psychic intuition, okay? Leos are the lead role. You don't ever cast a lame ass to be the main character of your play. Your movie's not going to get any money. So this is proof Leo is awesome because they got casted. Leo is now where you step into meta-human potential. Cancer, Leo, Virgo is meta-human. Libra is the gateway of the gods. Scorpio is the baby god. Sagittarius is God. Capricorn is the director god, goddess. Aquarius is the universal cosmic god, goddess. Pisces is, of course, existence, the metaphysical god, goddess realm. These, of course, are all one energy. So the fact that I'm breaking them down is just to explain this in your dual experience. Once you perceive past the third dimension, these zodiac signs are one. They're not split, but we're in 3D, so we compartmentalize with our dual natures. Anyway, Mercury and Scorpio, they got dolo too. I'm not supposed to tell y'all this too soon, but because we're coming in the third boss battle, they're targeting people. So this is something that's been happening, but now and I mentioned this years ago, but now they're making around this period direct attacks. And this is something that I wanted to save for. I wanted to save this. Kellyanne, thank you. I wanted to save this for later, but I need to say it now because I'm clearly getting my frequency is getting jammed for no reason. So the non-consent agreement is coming soon. Many of you are being targeted. And in order to understand the occult, in order to understand tactics that are used, frames need to be set. The reason why, these forces spend billions of dollars to create this matrix is to lie to you with half-truths and false presuppositions so that you adopt pre-existing beliefs about this reality that are not real. It's just like the Truman Show. In the Truman Show, you have a literal director who created a set. And so Truman believes that the set he lives in is real, but it's real fake. It's really a play. And it's very important to tap into your intuition because it's your intuition that helps you feel something's off. But because many of you just accept what's been told you, the whole notion that many aspects of this reality and society are fake, they're not even real. The only reason why many people accept they're true is because they take the word or faith of an expert or a scientist. That's a religion. Say it with me, guys. That's a religion. People who follow Jesus cannot prove Jesus is real. They have to believe Jesus is real, unless you live it, right? People who follow Allah, Muslims, have to believe Allah is real. People who believe in Hinduism have to believe Krishna is real. Many people in this country have to take on good faith what they are told from lying ass, corrupt experts, scientists, politicians, and authority figures. All right? Whatever they may truly be living is not what they're telling you. This is why this is a great awakening. Everyone's awakening to the bullshit. There's the world as it is, and then there's what you were told. And your ability to research this is limited because they purposefully limit what you can find, what you can come into. This is why the revolution is about turning inward, unlocking your abilities, rebirthing yourself to now switch the game instead of relying on this corrupt ass system to rely on you. The lie you have been told is that you need to rely on infrastructure. I'm going to say it again. The lie that you have been told through the fake biology you were taught, the fake chemistry you were taught, the fake physics you were taught, the fake science you were taught, the fake math you were taught. Yes, even the fake math. All right. You, since childbirth, were given half truths. We don't have to debate or argue what you will find in a physics book. You argue with the scientists, they will hit you with a bunch of facts. What they're not telling you is that those facts are half truths. When you look at a biology book, it is telling you the empirical materialist nature of your body. It's not telling you the spiritual nature. It's not going into reflexology. It's not going into your soul. And so you are only being given a third of the truth. It's not even a half truth. It's like a third truth. You're given these half-third truths, and you're expected to live a life to basically be a battery for the system. You are lied to and treated like shit, made to feel like you're not good enough unless you reach a certain level of status. See a bunch of kids on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook trying to look at an influencer and be them when, motherfucker, you're the greatest thing to ever exist. Go inside. Bring that out so we can see. Why are you trying to be like everyone else? Why are you trying? Like, people are so brainwashed to believe they need a mortgage. They literally need to pay people mortgage so that they can live on a home that you shouldn't have to pay anyone to live in. You should build your own house. You can be in a sustainable community. Like, y'all are in a trap. Y'all have been in a trap. We have allowed ourselves to be batteries for a system run by elites. I'm not trying to make this political at all. This is not about politics. This is the truth. We have made ourselves batteries to a system under the guise of democracy, which is really just oligarchy under duress. If you don't follow rules, the government will stick their military and mercenaries on you, and your ass is going to jail. Period. So you don't have any freedom. It's an illusion. The peace and safety you have is an illusion. This is why anyone can go to a movie theater and shoot that bitch up, because you're not really safe. And so this awakening is awakening you to this reality. Millions and billions of people all over the world refuse to accept that the world that they knew it as is done. It's over. It's done. Pluto's return. What the fuck are you doing? Like, we're not doing, like, even the leaders that be know, because they're trying to orchestrate and plan some fake shit to make you think it's real. Now you're wearing masks for no reason. Science has proven that not wearing a mask is not more effective than wearing one, but now you can't even enter a store without wearing one. And soon they're going to forcefully inject vaccines you don't need in you, or you won't be able to do shit. Okay? Welcome to the revolution. The reason why many people will continue to die and kill themselves is because they did not do the spiritual work. You have to understand, over the past 10 years, you really stepped into the deepest challenges of your shadow to strike gold and cultivate a sense of worth within you, so that whether you have anything or not, you have something that no one can take away from you, your soul. You have gone through so much difficult challenges that you felt you couldn't go through, but look at you still living and breathing and shit. Because at the end of the day, you're a champion. You have a soul which has a spirit. The fake scientists and authority figures that were supposed to do good by you lied to you, told you you don't have a spirit, you don't have a soul, that's pseudoscience, then smacked us in the face by releasing old ass CIA documents and proof of aliens exist, showing how this is a hologram and chakras are real. Like, I'm just trying to show you the level of disrespect that you as a sovereign being are being subject to. At some point, you're going to have to get up and fight. At some point, you're going to have to draw the line. This is a war for individuality and authenticity versus collective forces. Hence, Uranus and Taurus clashing with Saturn in Aquarius. Furthermore, not only were you able to break through, see, there's so many traps. You don't want to look at this like evil human beings who are manipulating other humans. You want to look at this as extra dimensional forces, right? Beyond your third dimensional perspective, manipulating avatars in this earth to get at you, just like your higher self is playing you to get at them. So first you are told you're just a material flesh suit. You don't have a spirit, you don't have a soul. We're going to make up this bullshit psychology so we can half-truth you to death. Literally, so many people have been half-truthed to death, told to work a job, lied to, made to believe that they're successful because they're making other people rich. Let me tell you something. You can have millions of dollars in the bank. You can have a lot of assets that you can pass down generationally. Your child is inheriting your karma. When you pass down millions of dollars, cars, a business to a child, you're not giving that child anything but karma and responsibility to inherit. They're only going to be more well off than other slaves in the system. There is nothing gangster about making an economy that doesn't see you as a sovereign rich. Listen, all the millions of, like, some of you are wanting to make a bunch of money and you're manifesting listen, if this is true for you, comment a fire sign emoji. Y'all are master manifestors. You know this. It's so easy for you to manifest stuff. But when it comes to manifesting large amounts of money and riches, it's hard to do that. Comment a fire sign emoji if that's for you. And I'm not talking about like working hard and I worked really hard. We work smart over here, first of all. We don't work hard, we work smart. If we work hard, we working smart hard, okay? You're trying to tell spirit, hey spirit, I want to become a rich slave to the system. Give a slave $1 million and a chain and he will basically forget that he's still a slave. Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how rich you are. You see all these people calling themselves, I'm a king, I'm a queen. Excuse me, the government that your land is on can seize your property. They can seize your asset. They can make any reason to do this. If they can do that to you, homie, you're not a king. You're not a queen. Doesn't matter how rich you are. Like, energetically, you may have that royal stature, but you're not living in your truth if you're living a lie. Okay? So many people are living a lie. And all you can say is, that's just how the world is. No, it's not, homie. And so many of you are asking spirit to make you rich, and spirit wants to make you rich, like wealthy. If spirit were to give you millions and billions of dollars, Biggie already told you, more money, more problems. If spirit were to give you millions and billions of dollars, you're not just getting millions and billions of dollars. Who taxes that money? Do you get me? Every single dollar you get is not just you getting money. That's why, like, you need to wake up from the whole lie that any amount of dollars you have, any amount of physical assets you have. Physical assets is the lowest level of worth. But dark forces inverted everything. And even though high levels of knowledge gets you paid higher, now you have physical materialism as the highest level in that Capricorn position when it's really the lowest. Taurus, the highest level value is knowledge. And that's what, of course, gets you more material wealth. But what system are you making this in? There's nothing wrong with being material wealthy. But if you're materially wealthy in a false system, you're a slave. If we were in a system of integrity, then you will see yourself becoming rich. Like y'all really need to understand this, because so many people are brainwashed that I can say something like this, and most people will roll their eyes. Okay, homie, well, we still need to pay the rent. We still need to live under this system because we're too pussy to actually break through it. We need to blame other people for it because we're not courageous enough to break through this, because that's a lot of responsibility. At the end of the day, people are Slifer in the Matrix. You are born into a system that gives you your conveniences, that gives you everything you need, and that gives you the opportunity to run a rat race to give you what you want. The system literally tempts you with riches and bitches, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, with riches or bitches, okay? It tempts you with this illusion of success that you can be high society when you're still a slave. You're not free. You can't make your own independent decisions unless it's within a matrix standard. And Capricorn teaches us we need structure, because if we don't have structure, you can't sustain everything. But it also teaches us we need integrity. And so if the system you're in is an integrity, we switch to Aquarius, which revolutionizes that. Goodbye. So let's just be clear here. A lot of people won't be this real because they want to be cool. They want to be fit in. I don't give a fuck about being cool. First of all, I'm an archangel. Like angel, we look at human like it is what it is. Second of all, but whether I'm an archangel or not, okay? Because I say that honestly just to joke, even though I'm serious, okay? Factually speaking, many people in this world will never know what it's like to own anything, really, that is truly theirs, that cannot be seized from a government authority. The fact that you answer to a governing authority means that you're not free. And rhetoric, pseudo-intellectual rhetoric has been used to justify everything that's gone on, from the genocide of indigenous people to the land stealing, the body stealing, to the slavery, to the discrimination, to making every single race, black people now, you're all niggas. You're all niggas. It's the working class versus the rich. You're all niggas. Like at the end of the day, many of you are still scrounging just to make a living. That's not really living. That's why I was saying before, many of you are not living your destiny. Every time you try and live your destiny, you start to separate from fake people, from family, because your destiny is to be free. And many of you are realizing what it's going to take to gain this freedom. Revolution. Please understand that millions of people say they want freedom, but they don't though. Billions of people say they want awakening and enlightenment, but they don't though. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. And so in order to come into this freedom, you must die. This is the rebirth of the Magi. Mercury and Scorpio is going to equip you with the mental state necessary, not only to transform your mental state in order to harness your newly awakened supernatural abilities, but equip you with the direction and wisdom for how to take this bitch over. I'm going to say this one more time, because when I say that many of y'all are being targeted, remember, this is very Truman Showy. You're being hit with pseudo-intellectual rhetoric to lie to you about the ways of the world and what's actually happening so that you just accept it, not even realizing now that sometimes your very thoughts could be programmed and what you experience could be manipulated. So the whole notion that a section of your town, like how easy would it be for a millionaire or a billionaire like George Soros to pay hired actors to just live a normal life? Hey, like watch the movie Focus by Will Smith if you want an insight. That's your Saturn and Capricorn homework. Watch the movie Focus just to let you know how real this is. I can be a billionaire and I can pay people, look it up, research it. There are acting guilds and groups where if you need an actor, you can pay them and they'll give you extras, they'll give you actors. I can pay a whole group of extras. I can pay a whole group of actors to live a fake life. Hey, your assignment, your mission, whether you're CIA or FBI, I need you to live in Ohio for 6 months. Your name is John. You're going to go to the store every Wednesday and Thursday, and you just live a lifestyle. This is so the target that they're targeting before they gang stalk them, in their perspective, they're seeing John go to the store every Tuesday and Wednesday. This isn't a paid actor. This is a normal person. How do you know? You don't, exactly. So this is where I'm just giving you the fact and the awareness that this happens, okay? Just the basis of FBI sting operations. And so yeah, like this is no cap. I'm not going to say it's happening for you at a grand scale, even though it is, but don't worry. When Mercury goes into Sagittarius, you're going to see, oh, this is an actor. This is a CIA agent. This person was in my life for 10 years, and they were only here to look at, like, you're going to uncover all this. Then you're going to take action in Capricorn. And so this transit is going to shock a lot of your minds. Mainly for a lot of you, it's going to confirm what you've always known. But this is going to shock you when it's confirmed what you've always known. Some of you are on a file right now being looked at because many of you feel, I don't have 1 million followers. I don't know that many people. No one's checking for me. You have a file on you right now. Everywhere you've ever been, every website you've ever looked up, there's billions of people, but trust. Especially when you get higher up in notoriety, you're being watched. This is Page of Swords energy. It's not even anything to marvel at. It's common sense. It's common sense. Anyone running a country is going to have a file on everyone who lives in the country. That's why you have a social security number. That's why you have a name. That's why you have a number. Like this is just proper management in a system. Okay, so why is this important? Uranus is all about revolution. What's revolutionizing this Mercury transit? Your ability to tap into the extra dimensional quality of your body. As I was saying before, Taurus are the clairs, Gemini is enlightenment, Aries is spirit power, Cancer is empathy. These are not superpowers. These are basic abilities. Superpowers is time manipulation, stopping time, speeding up time, flying. Nope, flying is not even a superpower. It's a basic ability. Videl and Gohan can fly. That's how I know. Gohan is a half Saiyan. Videl's a human. If Videl can fly, guys, you can fly. If Videl can shoot ki blast, you can shoot ki blast. Okay? There's a video of a real individual who, Nen, life force. There's a video of a real individual who conducts acupuncture by connecting the yin and yang poles of his Tantien and channeling electricity to heal people. He can convert it into fire too. That is a basic ability. That's not advanced. With training, you can harness it. But there's a reason why you're not taught this in school. That's supposed to be a 3rd grade curriculum, but you're not even taught to meditate. And the misleading aspect of this is to think, well, technology didn't advance, so wisdom didn't advance. But this is ancient wisdom that's been hidden from you because the people who control what you learn think you're a slave. You're a number. You don't matter to these people at all. They will use rhetoric to make you feel like you matter so that they can manipulate. That's it. A lot of you are waking up to this. What you do is what's going to define your character. But what's very important to understand is that your physical body is one of the most priceless vehicles for ascension and enlightenment of all time. And it's this Mercury transit taking the conjunction with Uranus and Taurus, completing in Scorpio, that's going to tie from the depth of your soul to your body, lightning innovation. So like I said in the earlier video, Uranus was in Aries, and we had the conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter in Pisces, 2010. We are coming back around another conjunction. And by the time they're conjunct, Jupiter will most likely conjunct Uranus in Taurus or in Gemini. And if we actually just look real quick, it's going to be in Taurus. So let me give you context for that. The last time these planets were conjunct, it was 2010. And if I'm correct, they were conjunct in Pisces. Pisces is all about holistic perception, seeing the interrelated connectivity and everything. But it's also divine magic. The 21-degree conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus of 2024 is going to complete the 12-year Jupiter cycle that was initiated in Pisces. Ever since then, humanity collectively received ridiculous shifts. This is right before Neptune entered Pisces. Ridiculous shifts in our ability to intuit and to sense beyond the veil. And so ever since then, Uranus went through Aries, Jupiter made it, I think, about to Scorpio. Then Uranus went into Taurus, and now Jupiter is at Capricorn. What does this mean? The cycle that started in Aries has now reached completion. What cycle? Evolving your supernatural abilities. Basic abilities, Gemini. Advanced abilities, supernatural abilities, Pisces. And so at this cycle, not only is Jupiter completing this sense of the cycle, but now Uranus and Taurus has gotten to a place to manifest the radical, innovative quality of your identity. And if I get to 300 likes, which it looks like we will, I got you with 2 freestyles. It's ever since the Uranian and Taurus transit that you have seen, it's ever since the Uranian and Taurus transit that you have seen subtly, more and more, the seemingly schizophrenic nature of you receiving, because the whole purpose of this is to slowly but surely shift your third dimensional perspective into being able to perceive or be receptive to higher dimensions. And so in your linear 3D perspective, you see what's in your space. You've been awakening a trans-dimensional perspective where other people's energy, projection, and positions overlap with your 3D space. Your 3D mind cannot process this. And so you manifest this through schizophrenia, through synchronicities. Is it schizophrenia? No. But because your conscious mind can't process it, and we do not have any structures that we're supposed to help you explain this, you are now diagnosed as schizophrenic when that couldn't be further from the truth. Most schizophrenic, and I am not a doctor. I don't have to be. I'm fucking Dr. Michael. I'm Dr. P. Steeler, bitch. Most schizophrenic episodes are usually, see, I'm not going to deny, like some people who have schizophrenia cannot control what they hear in their mind. And so if they're given medicine that helps them with that, then they should take it. But that's only one part of it. Most schizophrenic episodes is your mind's inability to disassociate what you're picking from outside of this dimension versus this dimension. It is very common for people who have yet to master telepathy and mind powers to have schizophrenia. Like, it's normal. Now, if schizophrenic episodes get too intense, this is where you want to listen to your psychiatrist, right? Listen to your doctor. I'm not trying to say screw the doctors, but I'm trying to help you understand how the rhetoric and pseudo-intellectual wisdom about this is being purported because there's no real knowledge about telepathy being spread, even though this is a real skill. It's a basic skill. It's a skill like riding a bike. You need to practice. As a child, you are not taught how to do telepathy. You literally need to build neural pathways to develop this. You're actively suppressed, and this is going to manifest in later ages of schizophrenia because you don't stop being telepathic. And now you haven't learned how to. So that's what this past 10 years were for. You've come into mastering this yourself, which makes you badass. Some of you were already mastered telepathy. Okay. And the thing, it's the total reception of all waves. So this is not to discount the years and decades of research of medical professionals and professionals who have unfailingly slaved away to, with their research institutions, advance the rhetoric of science. But at the same time, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You niggas is trash. So many decades and you still haven't figured out shit. It's like with all this technological advancement, you've only gone backwards because you fail to acknowledge spirit and science. The most important people right now, shout out to Malika B, the most important people right now are psychiatrists, mental health experts, and psychologists and scientists who acknowledge spirit and soul. Y'all are our last hope. The medical board does not allow you to practice it, but you still believe it. And so you guys don't diagnose these people like other idiots do. I don't think people know how much we need you. So thank you. So, it's very, 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 thank you, Malika. It's very, very, very important because once again, you are now at the precipice of breaking through all this. And I need you to understand why. Now is where you break through. It's not just Mercury and Scorpio. It's Mercury and Scorpio opposite Uranus and Taurus. And it's not just Uranus and Taurus. It's Uranus and Taurus that started a Jupiter cycle 10 years ago. Let's go back in time. Peace Mobile. Because I do this. I really do this. I'm not just some loser on the internet trying to tell you, oh, well, we're in Scorpio season, and in Scorpio season, it's going to be intense because Scorpio is all about intensity. So watch about how it, no. First of all, intensity and trust was this Libra season with this square. Scorpio season is about pure transformation relative to the apocalypse happening in the system, and you will never be the same. So if we go to 2010, okay, Jupiter was conjunct Uranus at the tail end of Pisces. Neptune wasn't even in Pisces yet. And so I need you to understand why cycles are so important. Every time a cycle completes, humanity has upgraded the level of technology or psychic ability or genius or knowledge. Okay. And so relative to Jupiter and Uranus in Pisces, which you will never be alive for the next time Uranus is in Pisces. So make it count, guys. Since Uranus was in Pisces to now is in Taurus, before Uranus was in Aries, I didn't know who I was. I just swear to God. I had an idea, but I didn't really believe it. Now that Uranus has finished out of Aries, I became the peace dealer. It took me a while to really flesh this out. Now, Uranus is in Taurus, and your higher self that you stepped into, you're manifesting physically the material of this. This is also having you manifest the physiology of your higher self. And the reason why I bring up telepathy is a major facet of this spiritual war is the telepathic warfare and projections that some of you mistaken for your own depression. It's not. It's your subconscious reacting to if your subconscious is like a water drop with waves, it's reacting to the other frequencies and projected vibes that you're having issues differentiating with. This is why you need to know the own voice of your inner soul. And I need to now open up the fact that amongst us, there are not that many people. Many of you watching this are a part of this, whether you'll admit it or not. Some of it's out of wisdom, many people don't. There are many people who are adept telepaths. They know how to read minds. They know how to project thoughts. And so many people may act like they don't, but they do. And so this is where you can now use pseudo-intellectual rhetoric to say, oh, you're just schizophrenic. That's why you're paranoid. That's why you think you're going through this. But there are realistic ways to actually show. You can literally feel insensitive. You have to be okay with the fact that insecure individuals who will never hold a candle in your face have to telepathically project negative, psychologically reinforcing aspects of you. Regardless of whether they feel justified in what they're doing or not, they're still going to catch that fade. It is what it is. But you're dealing with individuals who, in their adeptness, because they're weak, they're using their abilities in weak ways to psychologically influence you, okay? It doesn't have to be just telepathy, but I want you to be aware and subconsciously projecting thoughts. You have to be able to understand what's you and your subconscious and others. Some of you, your subconscious reflects what you're being projected by others, and you experience it as an internal conflict. But that subconscious is the voice of what's being projected from other people. So when certain people say it's in your head, it is in your head, but it's your mind that's being used as a broadcaster to give you a sense of what you're intuiting. It's mastery that makes greater sense of this. You have to be willing to make mistakes and look crazy. The social normative protocol they use to psychologically reinforce guilt and shame is so that you don't tap into these superpowers, because you're not tapping into these superpowers if you don't feel crazy. You have to build neural pathways and do stuff you haven't done. It's going to feel crazy and weird and strange to you. And this is where you're finally ready to break through this. This transit definitively is not only going to have you identify, like some of you after this transit are going to realize oh my gosh, for 20 years, my aunt was an evil witch and she's been doing spells on me. Or wow, I've been receiving telepathic insight from an individual who was pretending to be my thoughts. It's going to be wild coming into Sagittarius season. That's the purpose of the eclipse, because coming into the eclipse, some of you were coming to these realizations, but you're like, nah, that's crazy. Nah, this is nothing I've ever experienced before. But Uranus is a factor. Uranus is the energy of nothing that's ever been before. And the controversial nature of these transits are controversial because you're having to believe in yourself in a way like you've never done. And you're not going to get all the answers at once because you don't have to. You need to take it one step at a time. So please understand that not only are you going, see, for those of you who despite not knowing, who despite not knowing everything that's going on, there's about at least two types of people. There are individuals who may not know what's going on, but they believe in themselves. When they're getting these telepathic projections, they can feel something's happening, but they can't put their finger on it. Some of you might even get flash insights, and you see like comment a fire sign emoji if sometimes as a reaction to what you do, you get flash insights and you see the image of an individual, or you get the sense of an individual reacting to what you're doing. It's like your body is reacting to that, Neptune and Capricorn. And it's like you get a split second like reaction. This is your extra dimensional third eye senses awakening. Your conscious mind cannot realistically process the presence of somebody outside your 3D space interacting with you. And so it overlaps, like it doesn't, you're learning how to do this. It's not just going to happen. You're building it. Some of you are so adept, you can process this. So I'm only speaking of a range. I'm speaking of people who are just stepping into this. Okay, you're not crazy. This is the great awakening. And some of you are surprised that people who on the surface, because a lot of you are dealing with people on the surface who they act, oh, I'm too cool for you. But yet these people stalk you every day. They scry on you with their crystal balls. And even if subconsciously they're thinking about your archetype, which connects to you. Don't worry. You're single-handedly over this month and the next, not only going to innovate your ability to now process this fully, but to counterattack and clap back on that ass. Period. Hold up. Oh my God. Trust me when I say they're going to be individuals who come up out of nowhere because they're going to want you to stop the counterattack. People who you couldn't even get to talk to you, now they're coming back because they want you to stop the counterattack. This is so very important. I need to explain what is going to constitute this counterattack. And that has everything to do with now Jupiter. Colby, I got you with that mega clapback. Jupiter in Taurus. I didn't come to play today, guys. I didn't come to play today. I couldn't speak on these things before because we weren't ready yet. And there's a way I can say certain things. People just think I'm crazy. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So Mercury and Scorpio is going to advance your wisdom. Mercury is sextiling Jupiter. You're going to evolve wisdom in your body, Uranus and Taurus. Your body is a limitless vessel that can allow you to travel anywhere. And you are getting ready to break through all the lies about that you've been told about your physical vessel. Everything you've been told you can't do, you're going to do. And this transit is going to last from September 27th to December 1st. Peace out, Nicolette. Once again, if I get 300 likes, you get 2 freestyles. So at the end, thank you, Kayla. I don't think anyone else is talking about this because most people, I don't want to really down most people, but most people, their heart's not really in this. Like their heart's in this for clout. And that's like 99% of people. They especially spirituality. Like this is just their ticket to be famous. I can give a fuck less about being famous. If I wanted to be famous, dog, I'm the only one talking about this. If I wanted to be famous, I would actually show up with my hair right. I'd be wearing dope clothing. Like I know what to do to be famous. Don't get it twisted. I have a record label, so I'm gonna be managing artists. I have to know. I know what to do. I just could care less about that. I could care less about any of this culture. Y'all know I'm real, period. I could care less. A lot of people don't know that. Like if I wanted to be a millionaire right now, I can pick up 2 jobs. My business is doing good. If I wanted to make more money, I could do that. But it's not about the money for me. I'm tapped in. Listen, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sold all his possessions to get a treasure that no one else could get. That treasure is your soul. And so you can tell this to people and they'll laugh at you because their whole life is fake. They follow influencers who trend how much money they have. They want to be with the cool people. They're not real. They have no substance in their life. The wise sayings they say are from television shows, not from within them. They're fake. They're real, but they're real fake. You're proliferating messages telling children to get to the bag because that's all about discipline. You got to work hard. You're not telling these kids shit. You're not telling them to go within. You're not telling them that that no amount of money compares to their value. And when you say it, it's in a superficial way. Because that's the ways of the world. In the last days where men become lovers of themselves more than really caring about others, like, let's get it in. Let's get it in. You think like if I wanted to be like that, I can do that better than these people. If I gave a damn about swag, if I gave a damn about fitting in, none of that shit matters. Okay? You will rarely find anyone who will I can sell every single possession I have and live homeless on the street and be happy because I know who I am. You cannot take that away from me. You cannot give anyone money. I talk to Jupiter, B. I can talk to Jupiter, make shit happen. That makes me one of the richest people alive, period. And you can too. And so this is what is going to transform your mind to get you ready for revolution. Because Scorpio is the ruler, baby. Uranus and Aries, I became the peace dealer. Uranus and Taurus, it's real. It's real out here. And it's real out here. Uranus and Taurus, it's real out here. Thank you. Okay. And I promise you guys, by Uranus and Gemini, I got the app. So don't play with me. Don't play with me. What's poppin'? So it's real now. That is not only just real, you're manifesting the nature of your higher self in your body. Some of you are just waking up supernaturally. You don't even need an alarm. And it's been like that, but it's more on point. I need you to be aware of the psychological mind games being played. Where at frequencies unconscious to you, you're being projected this sense of psychological mind trickery so that everything you do authentic to you that does not align with whatever social norms are being reinforced by the silent treatment, by the weird, stupid faces people do when they think you do something weird. You know that dumbass face people do, like, eh, and it's like, wow, you're wrinkling your face because you can't understand what I'm doing. Like, I'm supposed to care that you're looking like that. And then you don't even know how stupid you're looking, right? Or just psychological mind tricks to try and act like, oh, something's wrong with you. And so that doesn't work on people who know themselves. For those of you who feel that, okay, especially you aqua moons, y'all already don't give a fuck. For those of you who know yourselves, you've been strengthening your character. This is how these people inadvertently ended up being your slaves, trying to make you their slave. Those of you who fall for that, you can get up now. You don't have to keep falling for that. Just ground yourself with who you are. And for a lot of you, it's your parents. A lot of you, it's your parents, your friends. Some of you, it doesn't matter what you say, your parents or friends will try and find something wrong with what you're saying. It's a psychological reinforcement tactic to psychologically make you feel, you know what, I don't know what I'm saying. Every time I give my insight, there's always something wrong with what I'm saying. When no, that's not it at all. It's psychological mind games. You have to believe in yourself. It's key. Listen, loyalty is not blood deep. It's energetic. And so keep this in mind, because what's going to happen is the negative dark force, and I promise you on everything, the negative dark forces that have been trying to psychologically train you with low self-esteem are going to see that it's not working. This is why I'm trying to say, like, after Mercury and Scorpio, I'm going to be like, wow, my aunt who smiles in my face every day, I just realized was doing spells on me the whole time because you had a dream about it or you caught her. Scorpio is secrets, right? You're going to uncover unconventionally with Uranus and Taurus secrets that you would have never imagined. Mind you, Mercury is trining Neptune and Pisces. I know this is true because some of you are already experiencing it right now. And it's showing you glitches in the matrix, and it's preparing you to wake up and revolt. So dark forces through people Don't even get mad at the people. They're puppets. The fact that they let themselves be used, they're weak. That's why they compensate on Instagram by trying to get all these likes. Give me attention. I'm accomplished. I'm pretty. I'm successful. We made a culture out of being stupid idiots, giving away our information, sharing our body for strangers to like. This shit's disgusting. And that's why I'm happy that this system is finally ending. Fucking good riddance. Okay, I've never been with that bullshit. Every time I haven't made mockery of that shit. That's why you see me. If you see me with my lips ashy, if you see me acting a fool, it's because everyone else is trying to act cool. Everybody acting cool. Woo, I'ma just act a fool. Yeah, and I got the juice. I get it, how I live it, and they told me I shouldn't do it, so I turned around and did it. That's the attitude here. Because at some point, it's just going to be you versus whoever you can connect with. And do you have the courage to move forward in the face of people trying to deny your sovereignty and who you are, provided you're standing in your truth, not believing you're someone you're not, standing in your truth? Society is rigged, y'all. Are you going to fight against that? Or are you going to be like everyone else, hoping for clout, hoping that one day they get their big break, hoping that they can make it in a system that's as fake as they are? Because as far as I'm concerned, every single individual in life who told the truth and exposed what's happening, they weren't famous. They didn't get millions of followers. No, if anything, they got ostracized. They get kicked off of YouTube. Shout out to David Icke. Shout out to Alex Jones. Okay, they're called weird. They're called crazy, but they the real ones. It's really the fake puppet set up individuals who give you this fake story about, I worked really hard. I came from this family that didn't have a lot of opportunity, and I worked really hard and I made it, which is a half truth. Because the ethics of discipline and hard work, that's amazing. How could you talk bad on that? So the whole fact that they're telling you this story, that they made it in a system that's fake and proliferates your ability to make that system rich, it's totally over your head because you saw an influencer say it, and influencers are literally paid to look good and tell you what to do. That's it. They're sellouts. That's why they get paid. They're sellouts. Like, seriously, Instagram is how to be a sellout. I'll just tell you that right now. As soon as you start getting sponsorships, it doesn't even matter the research into the company. It's just a way to get paid, right? Cool. I'm telling you, y'all, Pluto Aqua is going to put this into perspective when the Star Killers come out. So it's very, very important you remember where your value is, because Uranus and Taurus is going to reset that. When the money you have in your bank is no longer has no meaning because the system that centralized it is destabilized, what are you going to spend? You're going to spend your energy. That's the new currency. And that's facts. So I promise you when I say dark forces are going to confront you. This is the second to third boss battle. The psychological tactics that were supposed to keep you changed backfired, right? Bill Gates tried to basically finesse the world. The nigga backfired and ended up awakening like millions of people. And so that's what's happening to y'all too. Some people are trying to hit you with psychological mind tactics, and Leo season, Virgo season, Libra season, you're like, I know you're not talking to me. Seriously. Some people try to hit you with psychological mind tactics. They were thinking, oh, this person's weak. They're gonna shrink. They would never say this in public, so I can say this to them. They didn't expect you to clap back and embarrass them. They didn't expect you to embarrass them. Some of you were meant telepathically clapping back like, bitch, I know you're not talking about me like that. With your raggedy ass appearance, you can't even come to my face. You have to telepathically project. That had them like, oh, this person is woke. And so, and please comment a fire sign emoji if this is true. I'm not even going to go for it unless this is true, because I'm not the only one experiencing this. This is a spiritual war. Don't wait for guns. If I can make you give up on yourself, I don't have to shoot you once. I won. If I can make you believe you're a scrub and that you're not worthy of respect, I already won. I don't even need to shoot you. You have a low self-esteem. I can do anything with you. This is how the dark forces operate. They didn't expect you to clap back. They didn't expect you to stand in your worth and value and know that you mean something. They really didn't expect that. They really didn't expect that. Most of these people are so far removed from society and in their own heads. They don't really know until the hard way when they meet a real one like you. And so now they're going to realize we can't do this mental stuff anymore. Now we need to show up physically. And your real battle's about to start. And in preparation for that, Mercury and Scorpio is going to prepare you accordingly to counterattack. I swear to bejesus. By December 1st, mark my words. Remember, by Capricorn season, Capricorn is I use. Well, what are you going to be using? Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. Yo, superpowers. Saturn and Capricorn went into Capricorn. Saturn went to Capricorn 2017, 2018. The motherboard came. Circuitry, right? 2018, circuitry, because it was in Scorpio. 2019, more circuitry in Sag. You're seeing it. 2020, we're taking that onto the board. We layered the board: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Libra, or Leo, Virgo, Libra. And now we're activating it. By the time it's a Capricorn, we're using a fully functional, generational new board. By the end of December 1st, you have innovated your mind's processing ability to at will harness an enlightened state of consciousness, or a supernatural state of processing ability, where the lightning in Uranus allows your physical body to twitch fiber to what it needs to see. And then Mercury and Scorpio shows you beneath the surface. And this is allowing you, with the trine to Neptune and Pisces, to actually understand what energy you're receiving and the meaning of experiences you're in. This could not happen until Uranus was in Taurus, and like far enough into Taurus to start aspecting Neptune. These are the minute physiological changes in your body that until 2027, when this goes into Gemini, will strengthen your body's ability to harness this power. Think of it like a power plant as it gets stronger and stronger. Because by the time Uranus leaves Taurus, some of you will be able to go a full day without going to sleep because you have so much more energy you're generating. Swear, promise you. And your ability to finally notice this more than ever begins now. This opposition is not just a completion, it's inducing a magical rebirth. If y'all are already starting to feel this, you'll know because the synchronicities are off the chain. You used to see a synchronicity, 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 synchronicity. Now you're seeing a synchronicity that the next thing you see is a synchronicity, and the next thing you see is a synchronicity, and the next thing you see is a synchronicity. It's not just coming in and out. You're on the synchronicity train. That's because you were always on the synchronicity train, but you were awakening the awareness. So even though it was all around you, you weren't able to see it. You're starting to be able to connect energetically with individuals without being there, right? That's Uranus, that's Neptune, it's extra, say it with me, extra dimensional. Congratulations, you have not forsaken yourself and sold your soul and body to be a flesh suit that's ogled by strangers on the internet for clout and money because you respect yourself. And yes, I know some people say that, oh, you can show your body and that doesn't mean that you still shouldn't be respected. That's the truth. You can be naked and still be worthy of respect. That's a red herring fallacy, guys. That's a whole different argument that's not being argued. At the end of the day, when somebody is lacking respect in themselves and, you know, whoring and prostituting their skills and body, all right, for superficial shit, that's not honorable. It is what it is. That's just me, but it's you too. So keep that in mind, because your ability and willingness to move forward with integrity is what's going to facilitate the wisdom aspect of this. Think about it. How many people have to deal with so many unconscious projections coming at them because they put their energy out there? I'm protected. I got angels. And like stuff is happening to me, but I barely notice it. Not everyone has that protection. Other than that, and then they wonder why they're depressed. But other than that, it's cool. Because like I said before, once again, MK, we can't save the young, and they are lost. But when we were young, we were lost, and we found our way. And so like we found our way, the right ones there will find their way. The younger generation has some of the most genius minds that will lead us into the future. And so all we can do is pave the way for them. And yes, ever witness your soul clap back for you? Your soul claps back for you on the daily. What this transit's going to do is it's going to bridge the psychological, Scorpio, with the physical. And so you're going to co-create the clap back with your soul. By the time this energy is done, you can clap back at will. And some of you can already do that. But you're connecting lost parts of your soul with the extra dimensional innovation of your body. Remember, all Uranus is doing is innovating your senses. And so the 5 senses are Taurus. Sight, smell, hearing. This is all Taurus. It's physical senses. Uranus and Taurus is adding clairs to that bitch. Now you got clairvoyance, clairsentience, and it's extra dimensionally drawing. Remember, trans-Saturnian planets are not visible because they represent trans-dimensional aspects of our unconscious, which is why they're not seen. You can't see it, right? You can't see your unconscious. It's unconscious. You can't see your imagination. These are trans-Saturnian. And so this is making your senses, psychic senses, basic ability. We're not even at superpowers yet. A lot of what people call superpowers, basic abilities. So this is why you're able to sense stuff more clear, because Uranus is breaking it down. Hold on. Ever since Uranus left Aries, now Jupiter's in Capricorn, you are now completing the power of manifesting these abilities. This is not the end. 17 years from now, when Saturn is in Leo, you will have mastered this. So in 17 years from now, you don't have the issues you had. You have mastered every facet of your superpowers. Now you're just initially mastering it. You have to go on an adventure with these abilities. Okay. So when we say rebirth of the Magi, we're definitively transforming your weaknesses and psychological aptitude to confront dark forces within your own psyche and projected from other people. That's going to be so empowering. It's this transit that's going to have you confront individuals who've always felt you were lame or a loser or put this kind of air around you, and you're going to flip it on its head. Seriously, you're going to feel this collectively. You've already been feeling it collectively. Some of you, the way you react to some situations, slowly but surely has been, shout out to Nika, has been, getting you on your pedestal, right? The way you react to certain situations, even the universe is like, damn, this dude is cold. Like, we thought he was going to bow under pressure. And each time you didn't, the cumulative effect of this, because listen, literally, all people can do is just give you that weird face. And so what's going to happen when you confront them and you put them in their place? All they're going to do is hit you with the weird face because they're weak. They have no substance. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These people have no substance. All they can do is get other people to hate on you because they can't see you. They can lie and deceive, but that won't work. It's a stopgap measure. And so you're going to clap back. All motherfuckers is going to hit you with this weird face. Like, that dude is weird. Oh my God. What's wrong with that person? And it's like, you look like a whole bitch. Fix your face. Fix your face. Fix your face. Okay? Excuse my anger, but I'm only speaking on real dynamics that I hope you know you finna get the greatest W. You finna get the greatest W. I'm talking about the people who really felt like they were above you for some reason. You finna put them in their place without even having to talk to them indirectly and or directly. So just letting you know, what's going to constitute this clapback has everything to do with Mercury opposite Uranus. Uranus is the clair senses. Mercury in Scorpio is the intensity of psychoanalysis that has you see what's occurring on deeper levels. You're taking the innovation of your body's awakening deep to simulate breakthrough. What does that look like? Up until this point, unconsciously, your body has been moving on its own. It's been stretching out. It's been receiving and expressing output. Every time you express yourself at a level of confidence, it is immediately counteracted by a dark force who's threatened by that burst of light. It's like, do that, because they're scared of you. You're now going to start to see these psychological influences. Mercury is going to show you into the meaning behind it. And so you're going to look at people mean mug you and give you these negative vibes. And before, where you used to be like, why do they feel that way about me? Why are they so negative? Now you're going to see what it means. And it's going to be like, oh, you scared. You're afraid of me. I threaten you. And this is going to empower y'all, because it's not like just saying that to make you feel better. You're going to see it. You're going to internalize the fact that a man or a woman secure in him or himself has no reason to put another person down. They only lift them up. If they have a problem with that person, they go directly to that person because they're strong. They go directly to that person and hash it out. They don't talk behind people's back. They don't telepathically project stuff. They don't make projections about people. That is weak behavior. Anyone doing that is weak. The fact that you trigger weakness in other people means you're strong. Your individuality is so unique, it threatens individuals who are fake. And so they have to project this stuff on you. You are minding your business. You picked up on that because you're that psychic. These are the clairs. You're extra dimensional clairs. Mercury, as the magician, is getting ready to transform that. And so all Mercury and Scorpio, you are going to receive secrets about your own body that only you will know, so that once this comes out in a Sagittarius, you will show it to the world out into the light for the eclipse. And it's magic time, baby. You're going to come into everything before we step into Capricorn and take action. Y'all are dealing with people who think you slouches. And that's because in your wisdom, you didn't prove anything to them. You're like, I don't have to prove anything to you. You can believe, like some of y'all are wise. Many of you are wise. Many of you want people to think you're broke and nobody wants you. So the fact that you're rich as hell and you're desirable is going to come as a shock to people when you just decide to transform and be like, you know, I just felt like trying today. Look at me just stunting. Look at me just looking beautiful. Look at your girlfriend. Look at me too. Like, I don't even want her like that. You look, watch out for her. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to be surprised and be like, I didn't know he had it in him. I didn't know she had it in her. I had no idea. And the same individuals that you were intimidated by are going to be openly intimidated of you. That's because your intimidation of them was based off of superficial facets. You being intimidated by them was not based on anything real. It was based on what you saw superficially. And now that you've gotten to see their character, you're starting to wonder, why did I even exalt this person in a position above myself? They my son. This motherfucker is my son. They my daughter. Okay? 300 likes and I'm gonna freestyle. So I didn't even start with the transit. We're an hour in and I didn't really start. I just had to let you know, Mercury in Scorpio is the definitive clapback towards an archetype of force and energy that seeks to undermine the value of your own being. mainly because they're bitches and they're afraid of you. If they weren't afraid of you, let's just nip this in the bud. Some of you know exactly who is sending what and when, but you know if you confront them about it, they'll gaslight you and be like, you're in your head, you're making that up. It's all good. Virgo, I'm talking to you especially. Virgo and Scorpio and Pisces, you know. But don't worry, you forgot. The universe has your back. These people always trip up. And when they do, you gonna have the receipts. You won't even have to confront them. You just put them on blast. I promise you. Bumba clots. Ras clot mango. Okay? Let me tell you something. The game is shifting forever. Every day. But like this specific transit is going to make you so much more intensely focused. Every single synchronicity you've ever received in your life, the way that you come into information is transforming. It will never be the same. Many of you are ending certain habits you used to do. This is bringing in new energy. So Mercury and Scorpio, as soon as the moon's transit in Scorpio, the whole purpose of the retrograde is because in another few days, by the retrograde, once the moon finishes transiting through Virgo, your mind, it's literally this moon in Virgo transit that's going to induce it. And guess where the moon is, guys? 29 degrees Leo. 29 degrees Leo of the moon is adding the solar receptivity to energy. Then it's going to go through Virgo. You're literally going to start to feel your mind changing. Boy, let's go in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We know what rules Virgo. Mercury, stop playing with me. You're going to start to experience what your mind, see, your mind has been evolving so much. It's been hard for you to notice it because of the stress. You finna notice it. Moon's going to go into Virgo. You start to notice the details. Oh, this is what these synchronicities means. Oh, this is how I can do this. Oh, I'm starting to induce reality hacks. Oh, I'm starting to actually see cause-effect relationships with my words and what I say and what's happening. Woo, let's get it. Then it's going to go into Libra, and the retrograde will induce. Okay? Think about the fact how Mercury retrogrades while the moon is in Virgo on Venus. So the moon is going to be opposite Neptune. Neptune sees everything at once. Virgo is the reason why when you look at me, you don't see the door blending with my face. The fact that you can see my face distinctly, the door distinctly, that's Virgo. Neptune is going to see how it's all one. And so Neptune opposite the moon is going to be recalibrating, right? Just like focus on a camera has to focus, right? This is very focused, but it's like, zip. And so by the time it focuses, boom, retrograde. You're literally hours away from this. Anyway, if any of you are doing freaky things that make other people feel you're weird because of the way you love or it's awkward, do more of that. Like if it induces some cringy feeling because other people hit you with that weird face, and it's like, I'm not saying to impede on other people's boundaries, but whatever you do on your lonesome, if that is making people feel a certain way, do more of that. Anyway, other than that, what's very, very important is it's significant that Mercury is not just retrograding. Like, guys, this is it. This is it. Mercury's not even just retrograding. Mercury made it directly opposite Uranus. The moon made it opposite Neptune, and then they started retrograding. Why is Mercury retrograding opposite Uranus retrograde? I'm talking about it transited. We had the apocalypse in March. Mercury conjuncted with Uranus and Taurus. And if we go back in time, where were you guys? Where were you May of 2020? Boop. May 1st, 2020, we had the sun conjunct Uranus conjunct Mercury in Taurus. Saturn had just entered Aquarius. They were trying to quarantine us because they think they're slick. And the significance of this was starting a cycle. Conjunctions start cycles. This cycle, and for those of you who just came, you didn't miss too much. We're just now getting to transit. In May, you started a cycle with your mind's ability to process this electricity, okay? And to innovate forever the nature of your mind's ability to process supernatural phenomena through your body. See, before it was happening in Aries. And so you would sense it happen, or you would get an idea that it happened, but you couldn't sense how. Now you're sensing how directly. It's like hitting your body, especially if you're Neptune Capricorn, especially if you're Neptune Capricorn. Neptune Aqua, you're already connected to your mind. You don't need it. Neptune Sag, you're seeing visions. However, okay, Neptune Scorpio, you feel it deeply, okay? And Mercury, that was conjunct in May, is now complete. We have completed that cycle, guys. I don't know if you remember, the Mercury in Taurus was supposed to be the Lucy drive. We did that last year. Remember we had the Lucy drive when Mercury was in Taurus? At the end of Lucy, she said, now you know what to do with it, right? Here are all the answers. Now you know what to do with it, okay? The Lucy drive was now in May inserted into your motherboard, the physical frame, Taurus, your motherboard. Saturn and Taurus, okay? Saturn and Uranus, my bad. And it's all the information and secrets of your body. So it's been downloading. And guess what, guys? The retrograde hits, download complete. And once the download completes, you run the program. And you run the program, and now your mind is operating at higher cognitive function and capability, enabling you to see through the bullshit and break through. This is a breakthrough transit. You're going to harness greater focus than you've ever had. The sun that was in Taurus is in Libra. And by the time the full moon in Taurus happens, we have now reached a full completion. Well, what did we complete? You completed your mind's ability to process information and harness magic at the supernatural level. The best analogy that I can say, which is not exactly what it's going to be like, because some of you are going to have even greater abilities, but at the base level, everyone will induce a triggered sense of taking NZT. Does that make sense? Uranus is the electricity. Mercury is the focus. And with the trine of Neptune, you're going to start to be able to communicate with ghosts. Now, the thing here is, it's very significant that the retrograde is occurring on the 14th. Concerning this, okay, the retrograde occurring in a few days is your mind attaining this limitless ability. Mercury is going to reveal the secret for how you trigger this with your sun sign, because everyone has a different sun sign. Even if your sun sign is the same degree as someone, it has different aspects to it. So this is what is going to, in a few short hours, reveal how Virgo moon to transform. Are you ready, guys? Literally, while we do this talk, the moon is going to definitively slip into Virgo. It's 29 degrees Leo. Right before we finish or after, it's going to enter Virgo. When it enters Virgo, you are going to start to receive secrets on how to activate and induce this. Neptune is going to reveal you synchronicities so that you can ground physically with the grand earth trine this wisdom. And the retrograde is going to happen, and it's going to force trigger the completion of this download. The retrograde's going to occur from October 14th to November 3rd. If I sound like a know-it-all, it's because your boy actually knows. King of Swords. And so from October 14th to November 3rd is the reevaluative period for your physiology to handle the stress of an evolved, transformed mind. Rebirth of the Magi. You spent 6 months loading the motherboard. Now you're turning it on. And for the retrograde, you're going to be transforming your reality, because now you can do magical abilities you couldn't do before because you were still putting the motherboard together. So Sabrina said something very important. I have had fear of my powers. The reason why this is a breakthrough is because you're going to be confronting those fears, and this is going to reveal to you how dark forces used individuals to exploit those fears within you to prey on a sense of low self-esteem. Okay? And for those of you who fear your powers, that's normal. You're super powerful. It shows that you're wise. Okay? Please don't think you're a coward. Like, there are facets of these abilities that are very freaky to accept. And so this is going to make clear a lot of this. Thank you. I have Pluto on my moon. I'm awakening at a rapid level. So I'm feeling everything happening in the world. It's weird. Other than that, though, unconscious mechanisms of your conscious mind will reveal themselves through you during this retrograde, because now the retrograde is going to induce and trigger this. Okay. Having a baby during this period is going to harness the extra dimensional energies, and honestly, will have you give birth to an apocalypse baby. Apocalypse babies are babies born during the apocalypse, who are meant to assist in their coming of age 30 years from now, the transition into the new world. Okay. So it's a really huge deal to have a baby now, because they're going to have Pluto and Cap and all that. So other than that, if we now go into this transit, October 7th, Mercury opposed Uranus retrograde. November 3rd, the retrograde is going to be over. From October 27th to November 11th, Mercury is going to be in Libra. It's going to go direct in Libra on the 3rd. Why is this important, guys? Why? First of all, you're harnessing this state at the retrograde in a couple days. Then this is going to go back. Remember how I said you're going to be clapping back? Ooh, what's up? What's up? So you're going to take this new rebirthed mind, then it's going to go back into Libra. All the motherfuckers that were talking shit while it was squaring, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm back. Remember how you said this? Remember how you said that? Remember how you said this? Farraga, bitch. Boom. Remember how you said that? Water blast, ho. Boom. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? You're going to be pulling up off it. Woo! What's popping? What? Hey, remember how you were inconveniencing me because I was still awakening? Oh, well, I awakened. What's popping, son? I got the Keyblade. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? I will Keyblade blast your ass. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Yes, authentic. What's popping? What's popping with all that? What's popping? Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm on the internet. You can come see me. You can come see me. You can come see me. Thank you. Okay. I'm charging this with my intent and shoot and blast with this. And in a few short weeks, it's going to get that real. Okay. This is the second boss battle. What's popping? And this is going to be, the retrograde is going to be squaring Pluto, Jupiter, and Scorpio. So it retrogrades opposite Uranus. It goes back. It squares the outer planets, and then it goes direct. After you've pulled up on them, it's like, all right, bye, bitches. I'm going back into Scorpio now. And that's that. And that's that. And that's that. They try to count you out. They didn't know you were the GOAT. Anyway, other than that, okay, October 7th, Mercury is going to oppose Uranus retrograde. But we're going to see this happen again. On the 16th of November, when Mercury goes back into Scorpio. Why is this important? We know we have the induced mental change with the retrograde in 2 days. You go back into Libra and you clap back. That's what that square is for. You're setting some stuff straight. Oh, what did you say before? Because it was squared before, and people have some choice words for you. People have some choice words. Let me put this into context. You want me to put this into context? Guys, I think I should put this into context. Look at me tripping. Look at me tripping, guys. Look at me tripping. What's poppin'? All right, check this out, y'all. Check this. Y'all, this is about to blow your mind. Okay, so let's go November 1st. November 1st, we're going to see Mercury square. Oh, what's poppin', baby? What's poppin', baby? November 1st, Mercury is going to be square retrograde Saturn, and the sun is going to be opposite Uranus. Can you believe that? We're going to have the full moon. And then, of course, we have the 3rd. November 3rd. Go figure. On election day, guys. On election day, Mercury goes direct. The very last day of the Mercury is direct. So remember how I was talking about, you know, having to clap back? Let me give you an even more relevant example, baby. I got you. Hold on. So when was the last time Mercury was squaring? September. Okay, where were you at? September 23rd. People were talking shit. This was before the debates, right? Let's say you're a Trump supporter. Let's say you vote in Trump, and you let people know that because it's Mercury in Libra. You're expressing your political ideas. That's Mercury in Libra. You're showing people who you are, and people are like, "You're an idiot. You're racist. How can you vote for a racist? Blah 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 blah. You're stupid. Right?" Then the mind changes, and then we come back around, and that square happens, and Mercury goes direct. So before they were talking smack, and then this is you when it comes back. What happened to all that smack talk? Weren't you talking smack about me about voting for Trump and then he won? Because we keep America great over here? What happened? That's so crazy. I could have sworn 2 weeks ago you're talking about how I was stupid for voting for where's Biden? What's up? What happened? Don't you look stupid as hell right now? What happened? Don't you like my hat? What happened? Didn't you say it was gonna thought so. Keep playing with me. I must think I'm joking or something. And that's how it's gonna work. You're such a lame, and you're stupid. And so it's as simple as that. Thank you. I am embracing red on me. The last president, banging on him. Thank you. So it is what it is. That was just an example of the clapback. And people, they were giving you weird faces. Now they're going to be crying like, right. And they'll know their place. Other than that, okay. I don't vote red. I don't vote blue. I will vote green. But other than that, we know that during the retrograde, we're going to come into full reevaluation. But I need you to understand, we're not just reevaluating our thoughts. Your mind is going through total rebirth, and you need to maintain that by taking this rebirth. Let me give you another example. The retrograde is going to happen while the moon is in Virgo. You're going to be receptive to the details to change your experience of your mind. Neptune's going to transcend this. And this is what's going to allow you to be able to do a magic spell. Let's say with this magic spell, you snap it and it balances everything in your reality. Then you have to take responsibility for it. So now that so listen, the retrograde is going to coincide with the completion of an ability and technique that you're going to be able to harness at will. It's the completion of your mind, completion of your magic ability, completion of the techniques you've been working on, and the rebirth of your magical ability. The retrograde is you now going back to do the snap magic on everything that you have to do it with. You're transforming your life. Then it's going to go direct. And when it goes direct on the 3rd, and when it leaves Libra on the 11th, it's going to go back into Scorpio. We're going to have the Mercury square Capricorn triple conjunction on the 1st in Libra. And then on the 16th, Mercury is going to oppose the sun again, or Uranus. However, by this point, Venus will be squared the outer planets in Capricorn, and the sun will be 24 degrees Scorpio. So by this point, when Mercury is opposite Uranus again, you have already activated these abilities. You've changed stuff with it. Trump has won the elections, and coming over the opposition, this is strengthening even more a double portion of your ability to harness this, because now it's moving forward through this. The sun, the Venus squaring this is now going to see this application of this change transform your relationships. And the sun sextiling this is going to further transform and reveal deeper secrets. So that as we finish the transit coming into the 27th, by the time Mercury is at the final degrees of Scorpio on the 27th, sextiling this, the intensity of focus that your mind is harnessed is now sextiling a Capricorn to take direct action and clap back, while the sun is in Sagittarius, and you'll start to begin to see the inner transformation that you've done within. You'll now start to show people. And that, my friends, is Mercury and Scorpio. Whew. Well, we got to 300 likes. I owe y'all 2 freestyles. Let's get it. It's very important to illustrate that the way you think and the way you personally manifest magic will never be the same. Some of y'all, and comment a wave emoji or an exclamation mark if this resonates with you. But some of y'all have been so close, like you know what to do, but there's just like this one piece of the puzzle that it's like you feel so close but so far. It's like you're close to what to do, but it's like you're missing something. It's specifically an understanding that you're missing. And it's not the reason why it feels like you're missing it. You're not missing anything. Actually, you know exactly what to do. However, it's a feeling. It's an extra dimensional feeling that you're going to be channeling as a sense that's outside your third dimensional awareness. That's why it feels like something is missing, because you're wanting, it's almost as if you're feeling and grabbing something that's not here. That's Neptune and Pisces. And what's going to happen is the moon as soon as the moon enters Virgo, you're going to start picking this up. In fact, I love how this was timed that we're doing this now. So as soon as the moon opposes Neptune and Mercury retrogrades, Neptune, while the moon is anchored in I can't make this up, guys. I can't make this up. While the moon is conjuncting Venus, anchoring this in your heart, Neptune is going to provide the 7th, 9th, infinity, dimensional, extra dimensional, trans-dimensional, behind the veil dimensional awareness and understanding. And you're going to get that puzzle piece. You're going to have an epiphany. Oh, that's how. And it's going to trigger with the retrograde. And the retrograde is now taking this realization and transforming your whole life. The moon will now conjunct Mercury, and you'll start to feel what Neptune revealed. It's going to make more sense. So for those of you who felt like you're on the verge, how do we know it's not an illusion? As above, so below. Kellyanne asked something very amazing. As above, so below. So if you believe that you have this crazy attraction to someone and someone's your soulmate and you're feeling into the spiritual vibes, that's above. Is it happening down here below? No, you're delusional, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. You're delusional. Maybe you're picking up on something that's about to happen, but as above, so below. If you feel it above, is it happening below? No? Oh. So the great question, Kellyanne, because that really trips people up. The thing here is, some of you have felt like you've been on the verge of breaking through, and you are. You're not just on the verge of breaking through. You're on the verge of experiencing new cognitive function that up until this point, you've only done unconsciously in between sleep and awake states. Neptune is going to harness this while you're awake. And the reason why it's going to be unique is because everyone's relationship with the planets is different. So how you do it is going to be different. But everyone's going to be activating their men like never before, their life force, okay? And this is where you don't want to be in a position to fall for people's rhetoric. Certain people try and bait you in a way of structuring their arguments so that you fall into their traps, okay? This is where Chiron on Savage Mars, opposite this energy, is going to help you. First of all, by the time Mercury finishes its transit, Mars is going to end its retrograde. Mars retrograding is so that we can stockpile our superpowers. Mars literally has to retrograde because now we have superpowers. So it's like, I can't do everything the same way. Now I have powers. Now I know what I'm doing. So it's not a coincidence that Mars is direct by the time your mind has transformed too about what you can do. And yeah, y'all, please understand that there's active suppression and interference. That's why I had to start this over again. So if it's been difficult to harness your abilities, understand that you at your age, we're supposed to have research institutions that give you unlimited resources into understanding this. You're supposed to have societies and communities that facilitate this. Instead, you stood up to the role to create that because you're a fucking badass. And I mean that at the depths of my heart. Children will be able to understand this because you did the work that other people were supposed to do. Older people showed and paved the way, and they were deliberately blocked. God bless them too, because they stood up when they didn't even have social media to help them do this, okay? Furthermore, you're also supposed to have mainstream acknowledgement of this. And so when you see news stories about people succumbing to illnesses, it subconsciously makes you forget that your body has supernatural healing potential. This is where you can get into the rhetoric of why pharmaceutical companies and certain medicinal practices have a lot to gain by keeping a majority of the population stunted. Only a few select people need to know the wisdom. If we can teach the rest of the populace that it's not real, you're going to believe it. We know it's happening because how many of y'all were taught by doctors and scientists that chakras are pseudoscientific until the CIA slapped you in the face and were like, it was real the whole time. We were just lying. We were just lying. We hid it from you. But we practice our abilities on you because we have remote viewers that we don't let you know that they practice their abilities on you. 13 zodiac signs. Simulation. Slap in the face. Quick, show them aliens. They're starting to wake up. Show them aliens. It'll distract them. Nope. So it is what it is, y'all. I'm not here to set myself up as a guru who knows it better than you. If you're looking at me now, I'm a Gemini mirror. I am reflecting your greatness back at you. The fact that you can resonate with what I'm saying is proof that you're not only woke, and I hate using that term word, but you've evolved. I'm the North Node portal to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. And so if you're ready to shift your vibration and frequency like never before, this Scorpio transit is going to have you confront uncomfortable facets of your insecurities like never before. But breaking through that is what's going to activate your abilities. Why? Because that insecurity was chaining you unconsciously, and you can't consciously be aware of this facet. And so while you were holding that residual psychic junk, it was blocking your abilities. Not anymore. And so when people construct these pseudo intellectual rhetoric in their arguments to trap you into a way they're asking you questions, own up to your savagery. If someone tries to trap you by asking you questions, oh, you did this. Didn't you think that this wasn't right? Instead of falling for the trap and trying to weasel your way out to say an answer that sounds good, tap into Mars and Aries and be like, nope, it was savage, and I know it was savage. They're not going to expect you to own up and say that. That's Mars and Aries owning up to the Saturn and Cap. Take your power back. Individuals will try and embarrass you by baiting you to admit something you don't want to admit. Just admit it. Just be like, yeah, I did that. And they're going to be taken aback like, oh, I thought I was going to be able to coerce you to try and hide it. Just be like, no, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, I did it. What's up? And you're going to find that people don't have anything to say because they never had anything to say. They'll flex from stupid rhetoric, and all you have to do is say the truth. So I got my sword. I didn't come to play around. And after this transit, we're going to step into Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is the war god. You're going to see very clearly the sentiments of civil war starting in the spiritual level and the physical level. This is empowerment. It's not meant to scare you because you're ultimately powerful. And this is getting ready to rebirth your cognitive and consciousness understanding that will more mainstream your ability to bring out from your body your superpowers. This is very important because it's already happening, guys, but you need catalysts to show you more of what's always been happening. You mother fudger. Goku, you would heal Moro. So thank you guys. We got 300 likes. Let's get it. Oh, this is fire. I got my sword. I got my hammer. I go hammer. And I go hammer. I got my sword. I hope you ain't bored. Yeah, this beat is fire. I got my sword. I got my hammer. And I go hammer. Hit you in the bladder. Then you'll take a piss. But I hope you don't get pissed, because then you'll get angry. But then I'll just show you I got the sword and I got the hammer. And it's like, what you trying to do, dog? You want to get angry? Or do you want to get happy? That's coercion under duress. Like this government, do you like it? Be the purest. And it ain't shit. Anyway, though, please don't flush this. I'ma just go in like I got a musket. Shoot ya with these peace bullets. Hope I don't pull it. And I'm going in. Pastor told me that I sinned. And I need Jesus, or I'm going to hell. And I looked them in the eyes and said, oh well. And I could never sell my soul. So I guess I'm going to hell, because that shit won't sell. And I'm up to Batman like Christian Bale. And I don't think they know that I live this well. And I'm deep as a whale too. You could say my dick is as big as a whale too, but then it'd be bigger than my pants. And that was a bit too vulgar for just a dance. And I'ma just keep rambling on and rhyming with my rambling words to make them just a tidbit, but just a tidbit absurd. Enough for you to be like, what? Did he say that? Huh? Wait a minute, why he say that? Why he doing this? Why he spitting so foolish? Like it's foolishness. I don't understand. Please know I got other plans. And this is the way I exercise my sway. In fact, let me put this into context. Right now I'm spitting nonsense. I need to focus. Mercury retrograding will make this hocus pocus so damn aligned. It'll sound so divine. I won't even need to think. I'll just be channeling the words and rhymes out my mouth, because it's a donkey how I spit, but it's a horse how I gallop, and it is what it is off the top. And after this conjunction and retrograde, I won't even have to think. I'll just let it play. And let it flow, and let it go, and let it show, because that's what I do. And yeah, it's no, unless it's yes, then you can come through. It is what it is. I've done what you want to do, but I haven't done anything you've done. Yes, it's true, because there's only one you, and there's only one me. I don't have to think about what I'm saying when truth is what I be. I hope you catch the drift. Like I farted and you sniffed and you had a disgruntled face. Like, could you get out of this place? Like, who farts in public? You're a total savage. Why would you do that? I have no idea. This is retarded, but I no longer care. Oh. You got someone spine and stocking, talking, but not even walking. They don't know you peeping. You don't know they creeping, but it's all good though, cause it's ain't for show. And they try to exploit what you can't see. They don't know that behind the hermit, the star is what you be. This on point divination. I'm trying to show you what this transit to. I really ain't playing. My flow is basic, but my reading skills advanced. This is the Queen of Wands. She'll take off all your pants. She's a king in the bed, even though she a queen. And this the 10 of Wands, it really ain't what it seems. She about to make you a sex slave. Unless you the queen and you about to make a dude your sex slave. Like, do this in bed for me, and do that in bed for me, and do it shortly. I don't want to wait. Take off my pants, I already ate. 3 of Cups, we in a party. Now we getting gnarly. Gnarly rhymes with party. It's a bit predictable, but Chris Farley, I bet you didn't see that coming. And now I got the moon card, because it's running like your nose. This life ain't what it seems in the shows. And my intuition is telling me that somebody goes extra deep, farther than they seem to be. And I also got the queen again, who's mean to me. And be saying stuff about how I suck, about how I hate shit, about how I talk too much. And I'm like, so what? Why don't you say that to my face? Actually, you know what? Don't even come to this place, because then I'm gonna go nuts. What's up? I'm going in. I'm spitting. I'm living this. I'm dipping. Like Dippin' Dots, and I do spit this on the spot, and I go in, I take off my shades because I'm so winning, unless you so losing. But I made up those terms because I'm just cruising. Cruise control on the beat. I don't even have to think before I speak. I just speak it and say it. Sometimes you want to think about what you say so you don't sound as foolish as I may be sounding, but hey, it don't really matter because this is my frequency. I'm showing you how to focus on the beat frequently. No, but the purpose of this transit is to take the purpose of my thoughts, which are all over the place, but focus them in one spot so you can actually feel the wisdom of what I'm saying, and I can show you like I am not playing, and it's actually on point and finesse, and I'm presenting this like it's the best, and it's the greatest, and it's a test, and if it was one, I got an A+, just so you know that I'm the bus. And take the U and add an E, and after the S you can put a T. I do this shit, if you didn't know, I'm true to this. That's how I do it, that's what I'm doing, that's where I'm doing it, it's here and there. And I'm really just everywhere, because I'm the spirit of air, that's Gemini. Air! Shout out to Dolo, that's my brother, Uriel. Air! I really do this, I really do. You could get judged, angel of judgment coming through. Trumpet blast, that's how I do. Trumpet blast, that's how I do. You can get that. Could you imagine if Flight Boss just walked in like, fucks? Yo, that'll be the illest. That'll be the illest. All right. So, yeah. I have a question. Did you notice how I was spitting, but then sometimes I was spitting? Okay? That's the focus state. This Mercury transit is going to enable you to master your own unique and personal focus state. And Mercury trining Neptune in Pisces will transcend the intuitive wisdom that will reveal secrets about your body that no one can tell you but you. If you've been waiting for that puzzle piece, today and tomorrow, it's going to be given. All you need to do is be receptive to the details. And Brooklyn culture said something very important. You are straight channeling, friend. Uranus is the planet of channeling. Mercury is opposite that. And so you're going to be channeling your higher self. Whoever that is unique to you. And so make sure you do what it do. I'm going to close this out now by, first of all, I still have my sales. Hit up my website, $50 reports, $100 consultations. I'm no longer going to do reports. I'm going to do Adriana's superpower report. If anyone wants a superpower report, hit up Wisio. I can also do tarot. I don't do tarot on my website. I do tarot readings on Wisio in the description box below. I will put 3 spreads for you. Shout out to JLo. Thank you so much. Once again, $50 reports, $100 consultations. February 11th, I will no longer do reports. I will no longer read tarot. My consultations will be $500 an hour, and I will only be doing consultations. Okay, so take advantage of the sale. It's going to run till February 11th. And other than that, I am now accepting live readings. If anyone would like a live reading, it's not necessary, but if you want one, I'll pull a card for you. I got the minimum in the description box below. You can send it my PayPal. Brooklyn, I got you. I just need to get that 6-pack. I mean, I don't even need the 6-pack. I got the flubber right now. Some of y'all like that flub. Some of y'all like that dad bod. I'm not a dad, but I got the dad bod. So I don't know. But I'm waiting to get the 6-pack. I'm waiting to get the 6-pack. And I got you. It's going to drop. I'm not going to be giving you thirst trap photos, guys. I'm going to be giving you professionals. Maybe even nudes. I don't know. But other than that, no, you ain't getting no nudes. It's all good. Some of you got your hopes up like, no. I'm straight. My mama would kill me too. I'm straight. It's all good. Oh my God. Could you imagine if my mama found out? And I'm 30 years old talking about if my mama finds out. That's hilarious. But I got a Nigerian mama, so I'm not trying to play around. What is this on the OnlyFans with your dick out? What is it? I'm just joking. Oh my God. Could you imagine that conversation? Mom, it's art. I'm empowering myself. Nah, I'm my bad. It's all good. Other than that, not even. All right. Good looks, Christian. Much appreciated. Oh. Appreciate you, bro. Christian Garcia. You guys stay blessed. Moving forward, just keep your mind focused on what's your most focused state. Just keep your mind receptive because you're going to receive insight from your body. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to yourself, okay? And that's it. That's it. That's it. OnlyFans with the MAGA hat. I just have nothing on but a MAGA hat. I got you. Christian, we got attraction and the 10 of Cups. So this is definitely talking about. Oh, Monica, I deleted that one. It wasn't until after the deleted I was like, I probably should have kept it. But yeah, I just have this one. So Christian, this is talking about fulfillment, and this is talking about generating attraction to create more passion in your life. Okay. But you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. But you're attracting this fulfillment to you too. By Pisces season, if not by the end of Scorpio season, it's going to be manifested. And this is not just romance. This is dream jobs. This is in every area of your life. Congratulations. Okay. Boom. So I'm going to, Kimberly. As within, as without, as within, as without. Kimberly, we got you, the Queen of Wands. This is the Aries woman, but it could be Leo Sag. This is success in business. And this woman is a gangster, okay? She doesn't care about she doesn't care about gender roles. She's the only queen with her legs apart, sitting like a man, because she's hot and she knows it. So this is you really exerting more of your charismatic self. Let her shine. And this part of yourself is going to come into greater popularity. This is also a woman who resonates with this facet of you so that you can bring it out of you. So I'm doing live readings right now. And if you look at the description box below, okay, you can purchase a live reading. And I will pull a card or a card and an oracle card for you. As far as consultations, I will offer you a conference call line. If you're out of the country, we can speak on Skype, or I can just shoot you a Zoom link, which is also cool. It's lit. Oh, the description box below. If you're watching this video, just scroll down to the description box below and you will see it, all the info. You'll see the PayPal, or you can pay through Super Chat. No problem, Mars G. You straight. Yeah, even on your Android, you should be able to see the description box below, and you'll see it. Oh, you wanted a consultation. Yeah, if you go to the consultations tab, you'll be straight. Let me see if I can get those beats for y'all. All right. With that being said, we're going to close this. Thank you guys for joining me.
For these niggas. You feel me?
Until next time.
Right. Heard you out here trying to make me regret it. Well, how about we make the street